you know about? 대답 안 되다 그래. 짜증나. Do you know anyone who's good at computers? Do you know anyone who's good at computers? Do you know about the bird sitting over there? Do you know about the bird sitting over there? Have you ever heard about? Have you ever heard the saying a problem solved is a problem solved? Have you heard the news about Mary? You know, don't you? You know Sally, 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 don't you? 아이, 짜증나. You know Sally, don't you? You know Sally, don't you? You know Sally, don't you? You know the girl sitting next to our teacher, don't you? You know the girl sitting next to our teacher, don't you? You know the girl sitting next to our teacher, don't you? You know the girl sitting next to our teacher, don't you? Are you aware of? Are you aware of? Are you aware of? 녹음 왜 안 돼? Are you of aware? Are you aware of how much it costs? Are you aware of your responsibility for this project? Are you aware of responsibility for this project? I know about. I know how much you love Chinese food. I know you love how much Chinese food. I know how much you love Chinese food. I know you're very busy these days. I know you're very busy these days. I have heard about. I heard you won first prize in the writing contest. I heard you won first prize in the writing contest. 진짜. I heard you won first prize in the writing contest. I heard you won first prize in the writing contest. I have heard about the flood in the South Korea. I am aware of. I'm aware of. I'm aware of. I am aware of my responsibilities as a team leader. I am well aware of my responsibilities as a team leader. If you are aware of local or global issues, your effort to make the world a better place will continue. If you are aware of local and global issues, your effort to make the world a better place will continue. I am curious about. 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 I am curious about why you decide to change jobs. I am curious about why you decide to change jobs. I am curious about why you decide to change jobs. The shepherds who found the serpent were curious about its softness. 이거 진짜 짜증나네. 다시 어딨어? 짜증. 아니야 이거. I wonder. I wonder. 마이크와 스피커를 연결해달래 해줬는데. I wonder. 안돼, 나 이거 지금 녹음 두 번째인데. 될 때도 있고 안 되다 막 그래 계속. I wonder if you ever reported becoming a diver. I wonder if you've ever reported becoming a diver. I wonder if you remember an email that we sent to you a few days ago about the annual meeting. Could you tell me? Could you tell me? Could you tell me? Could you tell me about the meeting in summary? Could you tell me about what happened to your car yesterday? Could you tell me about what happened to your car yesterday? Excuse me, would you happen to know? Excuse me, would you happen to know? Excuse me, would you happen to know where our teacher is? Excuse me, would you happen to know when the next class starts? Excuse me, would you happen to know when the next class starts? Excuse me, would you happen to know when the next class started? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't have a clue. 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 Do you remember? Don't you remember? Do you remember the pamper I told you about a few days ago? Do you remember the pamper I told you about a few days ago? Do you remember? Do you remember the pamper I told you about a few days ago? Don't you remember me? 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 You haven't forgotten about, have you? You haven't forgot about the evenings with the dentist, have you? You haven't forgotten about our evening with the dentist, have you? You haven't forgot about the book I read you last month, have you? You haven't forgot about the book I read you last month, have you? You haven't forgot about the book I read you last month, have you? I don't remember. I can't remember. I remember mostly good things and I tend to forget the things. I met her once, but I can't remember her face. I remember her once, but I can't remember her face. I met her once, but I can't remember her face. I met her once, but I can't remember her face. I met her once, but I can't remember her face. I met her once, but her met. I met her. I, her once, but I can't remember her face. I'll never forget. I'll never forget the breakfast you made today. I never forget the breakfast you made today. I ne- I never forget the breakfast you made today. I'll never forget his speech at the Christmas party. I'll never forget his speech at the Christmas party. I'll never forget his speech at the Christmas party. I I'll never forget his speech at the Christmas party. I'll never forget his speech at the Christmas party. I'll never forget his speech at the Christmas party. 이게 끝이 없어. I nearly forgot. I completely forgot. I nearly forgot. I completely forgot. I nearly forgot to bring my presentation computer file. I completely forgot about the letter that you sent to me last Christmas. Please remember to. Please remember to. Please remember to. Please remember to. Please remember to give me a phone call in the afternoon. Please remember to give me a phone call in the afternoon. Please remember visiting South Korea, especially the happiness movement in Seoul. Please remind me to. Please remind me to. Please remind me to. Please remind me to pick her up at 4. Please remind me to pick up hello. Please mail the letter. Remind me to mail the letter. Please remind me to mail the letter. Please to mail the letter. Please remind me 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 to mail the letter. Please remind to mail the letter. Please remind me to mail the letter. Please remind me to mail the letter. Don't forget to. Don't forget to replace other when they need surfers. Don't forget to praise. Don't forget to place other when they need surfers. Don't forget place other when they need surfers. Don't forget promise to get back home early in the evening. Don't forget to promise to get back home early in the evening. Don't forget promise to get back home early in the evening. 했어 이거. Are you sure about? Are you sure about? Are you sure you have time? Are you certain about the success of our project? Are you certain about the success of the project? Are you certain about the success of our project? I'm not Christian sure. I am not assuredly sure. I am not straight sure. I am not absolutely sure. I am not sure. I am not absolutely sure. I am not sure atheists can make it. I am absolutely sure he'll be fine. I couldn't really tell me. I will be home by 7. I could really I will come home by 7. I couldn't really when I will finish my homework today. 녹음이 안 돼. I couldn't really tell you when I will finish my homework today. I couldn't really tell you when I will finish my homework today. I couldn't tell you when I will finish my work today. 진짜 많아 왜 이렇게? Easy like to, easy feels to. Easy like to, easy possible to. 뭐야 이거 안 했냐 나. Please remember to. Please remember to. 와우 진짜. Please remember to. Please remember to give me a phone call in the afternoon. Please remember visiting South Korea, especially the happiest moment in Seoul. Do you know she arrived a while? Do you know when she left? He looks familiar, but I am not remember his name. He looks familiar, but I am not remember his name. He looks familiar, but I can't his name. 진짜 짜증나 이거. Do you know when she left? Do you know when she left? Do you know when she left? He looks familiar, but I am not remember his name. He looks familiar, but I don't remember his name. He looks familiar, but I don't remember his name. I completely forgot to hand in my pocket. Great! I completely forgot to hand in my report. I completely forgot to hand in my report. Do you listen to next? Have you heard about the? Have you listening to the next weekend? We remember we do we met when remember do you met we when do you met we when remember? 어디가 틀렸는데? Do you do you remember met when we do you remember we met when? Do you remember when we met?